Welcome to Plot 27. This video is a recap of the horror movie titled The Dollhouse. A mother named Yoshi goes out briefly to buy groceries, asking her daughter May to stay inside and play with her friends. Before leaving, Yoshi puts away anything that could be dangerous to children, and May begins playing hide and seek with her friends. After finishing her shopping, Yoshi panics when May disappears during the game. Yoshi immediately tells her husband Tadahiko that their daughter is missing. After reporting the incident to the police, Tadahiko tries to calm his wife. When Yoshi goes to wash some dirty laundry, she suddenly screams hysterically after finding May's body inside the washing machine. 1 year later, after the tragedy, Yoshi refuses to use the washing machine and begins therapy to recover mentally. Her mother-in-law, Tashiko, comes to visit and suggests that Yoshi go to a nearby shrine. The next day, Yoshi chases after a shrine flyer blown by the wind. After picking it up, she ends up buying a doll. When Tadahiko returns home from work, he is surprised to see Yoshi suddenly cheerful. He is even more shocked to find a doll sitting at the dining table and notices that Yoshi has prepared dinner for it. Yoshi begins caring for the doll as if it were May. After some time living with the doll, Yoshi gives birth to their second child, whom they name Mai. Feeling happy with Mai's presence, Yoshi and Tadahiko gradually neglect and forget about the doll. One day, Yoshi places the doll beside Mai to stop her from crying. Tashiko is pleased to see that Yoshi has recovered, but they soon rush into the bedroom when Mai starts crying again. Yoshi finds hair around Mai's neck, but Tashiko is confused because it does not belong to the doll. Fearing something bad might happen, Tadahiko puts the doll back into its box. 5 years later, Mai, now 5 years old, grows into a sweet little girl. One day, she finds the doll inside a closet. Mai takes it out and tells her mother that the doll's name is Aya, but Yoshi is surprised to see that the doll's hair has grown long after being stored for 5 years. After doing some research, Tadahiko explains that old Japanese dolls were made using real human hair, and people say the hair can grow little by little. Yoshi is shocked to discover that the doll's fingernails have also grown. While cleaning the house, Yoshi finds strands of fallen hair and later sees Mai talking to Aya. That night, Mai asks to sleep with Yoshi, saying that Aya hurt her and is jealous because Yoshi and Tadahiko only pay attention to Mai. Yoshi does not believe her and takes Mai back to her room. The next day, Mai's school friend Rina visits with her mother. Mai tells Rina that the doll can talk. Not believing her, Rina hurts the doll. Shortly afterward, Rina starts crying, and her mother notices bite marks on her hand. Yoshi scolds Mai, but Mai insists that Aya bit Rina. That night, Mai apologizes and brings Aya with her. Yoshi cannot play with Mai because she is sorting through photos of May, but she is confused when Mai says she never had an older sister. Yoshi then sees Mai inside the room and is shocked to find May's photos scribbled over. Yet the child in the room is not Mai. Yoshi gets angry, thinking Mai lied, but then notices scratch marks on Mai's hand. At school, Yoshi is shocked by a drawing Mai made. The teacher once asked why she drew such pictures, and Mai answered that Aya told her to. That night, Yoshi wakes up screaming in fear when she sees Aya beside her. After Mai leaves for school, Yoshi throws the doll away. While cooking, Yoshi is shocked to find the doll back in the house. Frustrated, she beats the doll, then screams hysterically when she realizes she is not hitting a doll, but it turns out to be a dream. Hearing a knock at the door, Yoshi goes outside and sees Aya. She gives the doll to a garbage collector. Shortly afterward, the garbage truck crashes, and Yoshi is horrified to see Mai step out of the truck holding Aya. Yoshi and Tadahiko watch CCTV footage of Mai talking to the doll. Yoshi is terrified after hearing that the doll can speak. The next day, Yoshi reluctantly agrees to play hide and seek with Mai but feels something strange when she sees two small shadows. She then sees Mai climb into the washing machine. Shocked, Yoshi accidentally throws Mai to the floor. Fortunately, Mai is not seriously injured. When Yoshi leaves the room, Tadahiko is shocked to see many wounds on Mai's back. Mai says she cannot tell who hurt her, or she will be hurt again. Suspecting Yoshi, Tadahiko suggests she be hospitalized and tells her not to worry about Mai because she is staying at her grandmother's house with Aya. Hearing this, Yoshi panics and insists that the doll is dangerous. Yoshi finally agrees to Tadahiko's request but asks that the doll be taken to a shrine for a burning ritual. The shrine explains that the next ritual will take place in a month and asks Tadahiko to send photos of the doll and its box. Tadahiko discovers that the doll once belonged to someone named Yasumoto. Tadahiko researches Yasumoto and learns that he was a doll maker who combined realistic doll techniques with traditional ikamatsu dolls. Yasumoto created the doll for his only daughter, Rei. Suddenly, the shrine calls and says that after an examination, an immediate ritual is required because the doll is dangerous and must be burned as soon as possible. Tadahiko then watches a video about a group traveling to the haunted Kanajima Island to capture the living Kanajima doll. The story reveals that Yasumoto's daughter mysteriously disappeared. Afterward, his wife Teiko became convinced that Rei's beloved doll was actually her daughter. Teiko cared for the doll her entire life and, before dying, asked to be buried with it on Kanajima Island. Legend says the doll crawled out of the grave to search for its owner, but when people arrived, they found nothing. Tashiko later sees Mai standing in front of the TV. She picks her up and carries her to the bedroom, only to realize in terror that she is holding the doll. Tashiko locks the doll in the storage room and tells Tadahiko what happened. Tadahiko checks the CCTV footage and hears that the doll came from Niigata, where Yasumoto made it. Tadahiko researches the name Rei and discovers that it can also be read as Aya. Panicking, he rushes to his mother's house. Meanwhile, Tashiko realizes the doll is gone along with her granddaughter. A cyclist says he saw two little girls holding hands near a bridge. Tashiko panics and later sees Mai sitting at the edge of the bridge. When Tadahiko arrives, he sees Mai holding Aya, grabs the doll, and puts it back in the box. Tashiko is with a police officer named Yamamoto and explains that something resembling Mai bit her at the bridge. Yamamoto later tells Tadahiko that a passerby found Tashiko unconscious. At first, they think it was a traffic accident, but security footage shows Tashiko rescuing Mai before another little girl attacks her. Tadahiko notices bite marks on his mother's hand and rushes to Mai's room, where Mai suddenly wakes up screaming. A monk named Terajima takes the doll for the burning ritual. Aya is wrapped in a sacred cloth and burned with other dolls. Tadahiko tells Yoshi the doll has been destroyed, but in reality, Terajima swapped it out, intending to sell the rare and valuable doll. Because the offered price is too low, Terajima decides to take it to another shop, but suddenly becomes nauseous and coughs up clumps of hair. Critically ill, he is taken to the hospital where Tadahiko works. The head monk arrives with Aya, apologizes, and admits the doll is beyond their ability to handle. Following the head monk's advice, Tadahiko contacts a doll purification specialist named Kanda. After hearing the story, Kanda warns them not to touch the doll. A nurse suddenly enters and takes Aya. They notice one of the doll's teeth has fallen out. It is a child's tooth. Secretly, Tadahiko x-rays the doll. He and Yoshi are horrified to see human bones inside. Yamamoto plans to take the doll for investigation, but Kanda arrives and takes photos of it first. They all accompany Yamamoto to the lab. On the way, Kanda explains that the spell on the box was meant for Aya and is a curse reversal spell. Yamamoto is disturbed when the photos show the doll's face becoming grotesque. Inside a tunnel, the doll vanishes, and Yamamoto sees a little girl standing in the road. Yamamoto gets out and finds the girl stuck in the tire. Soon after, Tadahiko and Yoshi see Yamamoto crying while holding the doll. Kanda recites a chant to stop him and seals Aya inside a containment box. They then visit a doll collector named Ikiya, who has long studied Yasumoto. Ikiya confirms it is Yasumoto's original doll and recounts his past as a rural police officer in Niigata, where Yasumoto once turned himself in. Yasumoto confessed that he and Teiko had a daughter named Aya, who was frail and bedridden. Teiko attempted suicide with her daughter but failed. Only Aya died. To cover it up, Yasumoto coated Aya's bones in clay and implanted her hair and nails, creating what he called his most beautiful doll. Fulfilling Teiko's wish, The doll was buried with her on Kanajima Island. Akia once visited the island and found only Teiko's bones. The doll was gone. Kanda explains that the doll was later stolen and sold for a high price. Realizing the truth, they travel to Kanajima Island to return Aya to her mother. Tadahiko shows the video he watched earlier. 5 people went to the island, but 6 returned. Arriving in Niigata, they stay at an inn across from Kanajima Island. Kanda begins the ritual, opening the box as a foul odor emerges. As he chants to locate Teiko's grave, an earthquake strikes, and Aya escapes. Using a camera light, they manage to capture and reseal the doll. A land path to the island appears during low tide, but Kanda cannot go because he stepped on a nail. He gives them a metal detector to find Teiko's grave. Yoshi and Tadahiko head to the island, with only 2 hours before the tide rises. They successfully locate the grave. After praying, they place Aya beside her mother. As they leave, Mei's photo falls. Yoshi goes back to retrieve it, but the ceiling cloth ignites and Aya emerges. Terrified, Yoshi barely escapes. After resealing the doll, they return home and reunite with Mai. Mai hugs Yoshi so tightly that she cannot breathe. Looking into a mirror, Yoshi realizes it is not Mai holding her. Tadahiko discovers Mai locked inside the washing machine. He smashes the glass. Inside is not Mai, but Mei. As Yoshi is in danger, Mei appears and takes Aya away. Yoshi tries to follow, but Tadahiko grabs her hand, and they suddenly return to Kanajima Island. They survive and leave the island, seeing Mei's spirit finally at peace. Days later, Toshiko and Kanda visit the apartment after failing to contact Yoshi and Tadahiko for a week. Accompanied by the building manager, they take the elevator, while Yoshi's family exits the adjacent one. Toshiko shows CCTV footage from Mai's room. After listening, Kanda realizes Aya persuaded Mai to switch mothers because her own mother was cruel. Kanda understands they made a terrible mistake. Aya hated her mother, and bringing the doll back to Kanajima Island was wrong. Outside the apartment, Yoshi and Tadahiko seem unable to hear Mai calling them from inside Toshiko's car. Inside the stroller is Aya, not Mai, and the movie ends. Some theories suggest that after returning from Kanajima Island, Yoshi and Tadahiko never contacted anyone because they were trapped in the curse, and Aya had taken Mai's place. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more movie story recaps.